Hey guys, it's Angie. Hold on, be right back. I forgot my spoon. Okay. All right, listen, I'm talking to you guys while I'm meal prepping because my husband's going out of town this weekend. He primarily cooks in this house. I am not a good cook. I hate cooking. I don't enjoy it at all. Hence, one of the reasons why I love Shakeologies, because I don't have to worry about making a meal. So just to give you an idea of what I'm prepping, I prepped a bunch of chicken and cut up some zucchini. I put liquid aminos on it for salt flavor because I love salt, pepper, and then I love Flavor God seasoning. So, and then now in here I have red, yellow, and orange peppers that I'm sauteing, and then I just put it all in the fridge and mix it up. And tip, I'm drinking Shakeology. This is late for me to drink it. It's 2 o'clock here. But I didn't drink it this morning. So I'm drinking it now while I'm meal prepping, so I'm not, munching and moshing on stuff. But here's the real reason why I want to talk to you guys is because I did a post earlier this week about mindful/mindless eating. I know it's a problem. It's always been a problem for me and something that I'm always working on. Oftentimes I do mindless eating. I eat when I'm not hungry. I eat when I don't need to eat. And I'm willing to bet that maybe some of you do too. It's just what our society does, because our society focuses on food and we focus on snacking, and every event, party, meeting, gathering we typically go to is always focused around food. Food has just become a huge part of our society. And so for the rest of the month, I really want to focus on being more mindful of what we're eating and when we're eating. And so part of that is getting to know the foods that we typically eat and the foods that are in our body, and then also recognizing signs of hunger versus just a habit. So we're going to work on all that stuff for the rest of this month, but I'm going to keep this short. I wanted to talk to you today about sugar, which is a huge culprit that leads us to mindless eating. So if you think about, when I started teaching group exercise and really got in the fitness industries in the 90s, everything was low fat. That was like the big craze, fat-free, low fat, because it's good for your heart and it's healthier. And that was the big thing. Every label that was out there, you looked for low fat, and that's what we kind of geared towards. That's the movement that we moved towards. But here's what's happened over the years, and I'm constantly researching just to stay on top of the health and nutrition trends and keep my certifications up and stuff like that. And here's what we're finding is these days we are eating less fat. So if you look at the research, our percentages of eating less fat have gone up. That means there are so many more of us who are eating low fat diets. But we keep getting fatter. If you look at the obesity rate is actually rising. I mean, that's our mission in Beachbody, is to end the trend of obesity, because it's a huge killer. It's a huge problem in our country. So research started looking into, if we're eating less fat, why are we gaining weight consistently in this country? We're not losing weight. We're not getting thinner. We're not getting healthier. What is going on? And I think that, what's happened is a lot of it is with the media and advertising. Low fat this, fat free this, eat this because it's low fat. Fat is bad. Eat low fat. And so everything that we look at now, we look in terms of low fat. Like, I'm going to eat this yogurt because it's low fat. Here is a Yoplait light yogurt. I don't eat yogurt. I don't care for yogurt. Never have. So I'm going to eat this yogurt, right, because it says it's light. It has 0 grams of fat, 0 grams of saturated fat, which is the bad fat, and only 90 calories. So we look at things like this that we eat because they are, quote unquote, low in fat. But here's the deal. It's loaded with sugar. And because we're focusing on low fat, we've stopped reading labels and looking at other things. And if you really start to become aware of reading labels, you will notice that everything is high in sugar. So although this is low fat and this is only 90 calories, guess what? It has 10 grams of sugar. That's huge. Here's something else I grabbed out of my fridge. I mean, I'm far from perfect, trust me, but I happen to grab two things that I don't eat. Open pit barbecue sauce. I think we had it once last year. It's almost gone. This has 10 grams of sugar as well per 2 tablespoons. That's huge. And sugar is the biggest culprit of obesity. Unfortunately, it's injected in every single processed food that we eat. It's in it's in bread, it's in pasta, it is in any like artificial canned food, canned soup. It's loaded with sugar. Even if it doesn't taste sweet, it is loaded with sugar. And sugar is highly, highly physically addictive. Some say more addicted than crack or cocaine. And another research article that I read was, if you look at the statistics of how bad sugar is for our body and how it causes weight gain and obesity, which leads to so many health issues, including death, more people die per year from sugar consumption than they do drugs like cocaine. That like blew my mind. But it makes sense because you eat the sugar, even if you don't realize it's in your food, you become addicted to sugar. It causes more cravings. So you eat more sugar, and it starts to create this vicious cycle, which leads to really unhealthy habits and unnecessary weight gain. So I just want to give you 3 quick tips to focus on in terms of being aware of sugar content. And the first one is get accustomed to reading labels. So the next time you're at the grocery store, you know, we always say the healthiest foods are the most natural foods, foods that once had a life. And I'm not offending anyone in this group who might be vegan, but obviously meats, eggs, and then any produce that came from a plant, which had a life. That's typically what you want to focus on, and that's the outer perimeter of your grocery store mainly. The middle aisles tend to be the more processed, canned, artificial foods. So just start reading labels. Next time you grab a package of pasta, look at how much sugar is in that, because that's hidden sugar that's craving that addiction that you don't even realize that you're addicted to. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2 is try to make a conscious effort of reducing your sugar intake. And you can't do step 2 until you do step 1, because you have to be aware of how much sugar you're putting in your body first. Step 2 is figuring out ways, how can I reduce that sugar? Now, obviously, sugar that comes from natural sources like fruit, that's okay. I am not an advocate of this myth going around that fruit makes you fat because it has sugar in it. No. It's the artificial sugars that hurt us. And when you try to go sugar-free, it has a lot of processed chemicals that are not good for us either. There's a lot of cancer-causing agents in there. So the goal is moderation for everything. Third and foremost, I know that you guys know this because everyone in the group is drinking Shakeology regularly. One of the reasons why Shakeology is so important is because your body is addicted to sugar, so therefore it is craving sweet. It's craving sugar, and sugar is typically linked to sweet. So because your body's addicted to that sugar, it's sending a signal to your brain, and your brain is telling you, I need something sweet, I need something sweet, I need something sweet. So by having that Shakeology, that's actually going to reduce and curb those cravings. So it's so important to make sure you guys are consistent with that. You're having it every single day. Best time is in the morning because it really gives you your vitamins that you can process throughout the day to transfer into that energy. But, you know, if you're like me, and I drank it this morning, I'm having it now, and I will drink it every single day no matter what. Even if I'm not hungry, even if I don't feel like having it, even if it's midnight, even if I don't have liquid to mix it, I'm choking the powder down. Like, I believe in it that much. It's that important to get all those vitamins and minerals in your body. So I hope that helps you guys. Comment below if you have any questions or any comments. We can keep talking about it, but you know, hopefully in understanding sugar and the hidden sugar in foods and how it causes addiction, we can take necessary steps to become more mindful with our eating and not eat mindlessly so much. All right, you guys have a good weekend. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks.